Merry meet, witches. Welcome to the Witch Hats and Broomsticks podcast with the high priestess of all things witchy, your host, Ginger Hugh.
My name's Ginger Quinlan, and I'm delighted once again to be sharing time with you. Thank you so much to everyone who is listening and tuning in and sharing their comments with me. You can share comments below the YouTube videos or visit me on my website, themysticalwearshop.com, and let me know what you want to hear. What is it that you're interested in? What questions do you have about the craft? And that could be any aspect of the craft. And if I don't know the answer, I will certainly find somebody who does and respond to your questions. So I had a lady ask me today, what do witches do with the moon? I'm interested in doing moon work. And I smiled and I went, they do everything with the moon. Yes, we do, because the moon is so important in witchcraft. We use the moon to connect to the emotional energies all around us, above us, below us, inside of us. And we use that energy to manipulate other energies because, as you know, if you've listened to this show before, I talk about witchcraft being manipulation of energies, working with everything that's around us, and really tuning into all of it to help us do our life better or to help other people do their lives better, whether it's sending healing, whether it's making some kind of ointment to assist somebody who's going through a hard time, they can't sleep, so you're making a lavender salve for them. You're using energy, not just herbs and oils and potions, but you're using your intention and your energy. We do this with the moon as well. So today we're going to talk about how we work with the moon. And it's really awesome timing that this question came up, because on the 9th of February, Sunday, we have an amazing full moon coming our way. It's not just an average full moon that's going to beam its beautiful energy down to us. It's a powerful, fiery Leo full moon. So what makes this moon so incredibly special? Well, on the 1st of February, we had the holiday of Imbolc. Imbolc is a fire festival that celebrates the light coming back to our lives. When I talked about the country dwellers, when we talked about the history of witchcraft, we talked about how they follow the seasons, the harvest, planting, seeding, harvesting, all of that. So a little bit of history. Imbolc on February 1st is the planting of new seeds. It is about new beginnings. It is about putting out to the universe what it is you want to create in your life, just like planting seeds. But you could be planting mental, emotional, physical, spiritual seeds while you're working with the energies of Imbolc. Imbolc also represents lambing season because lambs are born in February. Calves are born in February. And in the old times, when everything was based around farming and what the earth was doing, lambing season was also the time you get your seeds ready to plant into the earth, because it's starting to wake up. Mother Nature is saying, okay, getting a little warmer for the most part, and you can see the first hints of spring coming. So in the Northern Hemisphere, February 1st is Imbolc. This is one of the holidays where we celebrate with candles, lighting white light, lighting candles, celebrating the sun waking up, yay! And we go into the energies of starting fresh and new. So now we're going to have this giant Leo full moon, which is just amazing, coming on February 9th. So for those of you who like to work with the moon, or maybe you're new and you don't quite know what to do, we're going to talk about that today. It's going to be fun. So this particular full moon, the energies behind it, and every moon has an energy behind it, which means astrologically it connects to different planets, different signs, different elements, whether it's earth, air, fire, and water. And we work with the power that that particular moon is connected to. This moon is a little contradictory because it's called a snow moon, but it's in Leo. So it's cold, ice, water, and fire. Weird combination, but not really, because we just had Imbolc, which is a fire holiday, and now we're having a fiery, super strong moon coming in to wake us up even further and to get us into moving ahead with our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, our new beginnings, anything we want to create, anything we're passionate about. And here's the other part of it. It's about relationships, because relationships are fiery, passionate things. We're opening up our heart centers. We're opening up our passion. We're opening up our love energy for someone else. And of course, we have Valentine's Day coming also. And that's a fire holiday with a little bit of water, emotional energy thrown in there. So this big, beautiful Leo moon takes us right in to all these energies. How exciting is that? Makes me excited just talking about it. So what can you do on this full moon to celebrate? So now, today, you can still celebrate the energies of Imbolc. All right, I'm recording this on the 6th of February. So you still have that Imbolc wake up the world, get the light shining energy all around you. So you could light a candle today and say to the universe, this is what I'm waking up inside of me. This is where my heart is calling me. This is what I want to see new being planted in my world. For me, I like to bless whatever seeds I'm going to plant when Imbolc comes. I was late doing it this year, so I actually did it this morning. I also like to deep clean my house to get ready for the energies changing, and we have this amazing full moon coming. So it's a perfect time to clean out what you don't need. And on top of those energies, we have heavy sigh, Mercury retrograde coming in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. So Mercury retrograde is all about release, renewal, redo, restructure. Anything that starts with an RE is Mercury retrograde. So we have these incredible freaking energies coming through to work with. So get excited, witches. We're going to have some fun with these energies today and go deep inside working with the full moon and all these energies that are happening right now. Right now. So this is a little bit about what happens when witches work with the full moon. all of the energies that lead up to full moon are powerful, and we like to work with all of those energies. When we work with the full moon, we totally tap in to the most brilliant energies of the full moon. And the reason we do this is because at full moon time, the energies of the full moon are centered between the earth and the sun. So you have this nice grounding energy. Then you have the brilliant fiery sun energy. And then you have the feminine emotional energy of the full moon sitting between these two other energies. And what happens is that amazing full moon boosts up our personal energies on this planet. So that thing about people have moon madness and everything's jacked up and weird during their full moon, absolutely true, because the energies are so much stronger than any other time. And if there happens to be a lunar eclipse connected to that full moon, holy cow, the energy is like so strong and emotionally potent. Perfect time to do any kind of cleansing type removal of energies. Perfect time to go deep inside your soul and look at emotionally what is working for you and what is not working for you and release those things. It's a great time to look at your spirituality and see what is fitting for you. What do you want to work on? What do you need to release that may not be fitting for you at all? Same thing with health. If you're having health issues, the full moon is a great time to do a lot of self-nurturing, really going deep inside and looking at what's bothering you, what's creating issues in your body. It's also a great time for success and luck because during the full moon, we have the energies to help us manifest. After we do our release work of what's not working, we can turn around and say, hello, beautiful full moon. I would like you to shine your amazing moonbeams down on me and really amp up my money and help me acquire whatever it is I need, whether it's a new job, a new home, sparkle up your current house, change something with your current job, manifest whatever that may be. And you have this amazing, powerful moon energy to help you do that. So, this Leo moon that's coming up is all about relationships. It's about shining, getting out there and doing what your passion is and letting other people know about it. There is a little fly in the ointment with it though, because Mercury is going into retrograde, which means that it will slow down some of the results of your magic. Okay, so if you listen to this podcast and get all jazzed and decide, well, I'm going to do a really super cool full moon ritual tonight, because 3 days before and 3 days after the full moon, you can do pretty powerful magical workings. Mercury retrograde might get in there and slow down your results a little bit. So just be aware of that as you go into any full moon that has a Mercury retrograde involved in it. So this particular full moon has a Pisces Mercury retrograde, which is a watery energy combined with air energy. So watery is our emotions, air is our logic, right? Full moon is our emotions, and it's in Leo, so it's talking to our passion. And this can create issues in relationships, issues in communication, issues in trying to say what we need to say to other people that we're in relationships with, whether it's family members, work mates, your personal lover, whoever that is that you're having to talk to, it may kind of suck over the next 3 to 4 weeks. So just keep that in mind if you're doing any kind of relationship work during this full moon. It might not go exactly as you want it to, but it may go exactly as it needs to. So here's the thing in magic. I just want to talk about this briefly. You may sit down and go, okay, Ginger said it's a great time to work with the full moon, and it is. So I'm going to sit down and tell the universe I want to attract my soulmate to me, my soul twin. Soulmate is someone who comes in and teaches you lessons about love. Soul twin is somebody that you've already worked through a lot of lessons and now you're ready to be like together forever. This particular full moon helps boost that energy up, but Mercury retrograde slows it down, twists it a little, and makes it turn out just a smidge funky and maybe not like you envisioned it. So in magic, and this is any kind of magic, you may say, my intention is to pull in the hottest, sexiest, most dedicated lover who will make me dinner every single night, will spend money on me, will tell me he loves my legs or she loves my body. I'm going to pull in somebody who's stable and emotionally just totally got their act together. I'm going to pull in somebody who doesn't have a pile of shit following them around. I'm going to do this and that to make this spell the best freaking spell it could ever be. So you do all your moon work and you pull in somebody who does not have their shit together, who doesn't know how amazing your legs are or how awesome your body is, who is not totally divorced, who is perhaps a soul twin, but you don't know that yet because they're kind of broken. And this is what you pull in. And why does that happen? Because even though you're manipulating energy, the universe may have other plans for you to learn some lessons. So I always tell my students, even though your vision of how you want your spell to go is right on target, you did all the candle work, you did all the communication with your gods, goddesses, elements, your higher self, the universe, whatever you believe in, whatever you're working with, you did it absolutely sparkling perfect. And then you get this. Why? Because there are lessons that need to occur to get you ready for this person that you say you want in your life so bad. Whether it's a job, a person, a new house, money, whatever thing you're doing magic on, you may have the universe, God, goddess, higher power say, but you got to learn this first before you can get there. And this is what reminds us that we're human, that we still have things we have to go through to get us where we want to be. So I like to tell people when you're doing your magic, if you're doing a spell, even if it's full moon work and you're releasing somebody, something, some situation, it may take a little twist in there and do something you're totally not expecting. And that is the excitement of doing magic, because you can have a little surprise show up, and then whatever it is you put out there that you wanted to have happen shows up a little bit later in a totally different way. That's how energy moves. If you keep this in mind every single time you do magic, you won't ever be disappointed. You'll just say, wow, didn't see that coming, but here we go. And that person who may be the most jacked up person you have ever met actually learns from you and changes with you and shifts and grows and becomes this magnificent partner of yours because you did some magical workings to attract this person in, and they learn lessons with you and they bond with you and you bond with them and you create magic together. This is how magic goes. This is how the full moon goes. This is the energy right now of Mercury going into retrograde, a full moon in Leo, and this weird kind of shift that we have going on astrologically right now that's kind of throwing little kinks into energy manipulation. So just keep that in mind as you're working with this full moon. Okay, so I've talked a lot about expectations, what the moon does, how do we connect to it. Now I want to talk about how you individually can bring that full moon energy into you. Some things you can do during a full moon. First of all, full moons amp up your intuition. And what is intuition? It's energy. It's all energy. It's what you tap into that is outside of yourself and you energetically feel it, see it, know it, hear it, taste it, and you use those impressions, those feelings, that energy to connect to the full moon, because the full moon is beaming into your intuition saying, this is what you need to do during this full moon. When you sit down to do your magical workings with this full moon, tell it what you want to manifest. Tell it what you want to release. And how do you do that? Okay, so first thing I always teach people is to release first. And I say this because when you do a release, it opens up your heart and your soul to bring in new things. Yeah, it's powerful. Best way to do a release in my book is to write it down. What is it you don't need in your world anymore? What's not working? Write it down. Be specific. And since this is a Leo full moon and it's all about fire, I like to use candles with this particular full moon. You do not have to do an entire altar of candles with moon work. I save those for the really big workings where I want to call in all my directions and the elements, my gods, goddess, ancestors to come in and help me do some really heavy duty work. And you are more than welcome to do that during this full moon. But I like to do something very personal for my full moons, where I'm releasing what's not working in my world. I write it down. I get a candle that coordinates to this particular full moon. So it's a fiery Leo full moon. Fire is red and orange. I'm using a red candle this time to say, all right, I am releasing all these things. And I use my athame, or if you don't have an athame, you can use a pen or a kitchen knife. Just make sure you cleanse it first, dip it in sea salt water, smudge it with sage, use your favorite incense to clean it over. And then, because you're releasing, you want to write on your candle what it is that you are releasing. So I'm using a red candle to release this because I want to do it with a lot of fire and passion. All right. If you're not comfortable using a red candle, you can use white or black. Both of those are release colors. And again, I really recommend using a skinny taper candle, not a great big fat candle, because it'll burn forever and you won't get that energy movement happening quickly because it's all about the energy. You're releasing the energy. You don't want to wait 3 weeks for that energy to release, right? So use a skinny candle. Write on that candle. Be specific, and you don't have to be able to read it. Then put some oil in your left palm, whether it's olive oil, frankincense, if you have some kind of release oil that you like, even if it's banishing oil that you get from the metaphysical store, you make your own. You can use rosemary is a good cleansing oil, clary sage if you have it. You can use peppermint. Peppermint's real strong, fiery oil. Whatever makes your heart sing when you smell it, use that on your candle, and you're going to run that candle through your left palm. Fill it up with your energy. Get that oil on it. Think about all the things you're releasing. And that's going to cover what you wrote on your candle, and really just put your energy totally in to that candle. When you're all finished, wash your hands and then place your candle in a good candle holder. I like to put a plate under my candle holder. I spray the plate with cooking spray so the wax doesn't stick and I don't ruin my plate. When I do releases, especially during a fire moon like this one, my candles like to burn super fast and they melt like crazy. Now you can do this on your altar or you can do it on your stove. Because it's a fire moon, I'm doing this on my stove. I want all the fire energy I can muster up to use with this full moon and release all the things that I'm having issues with. All right? So I light that candle and I call on the moon to help me release all these things that are going on in my life that just don't fit for me. Help me see it clearly. Help me open my heart. Help me feel that cutting the cords of whatever is not working in my world. And you'll feel it. You'll feel your heart open. You'll feel your shoulder blades in the back opening. You may feel really pissed off while you're doing this. You may cry. You may feel like, damn straight, I'm letting all this stuff go. And you're going to feel all this passionate energy come into you. Then I like to sit and just breathe and really envision the moonbeams, that Leo fiery energy clearing out whatever is not working for me. You'll feel it. You will. And it'll feel intense, especially during this moon. So make sure you breathe. If it gets too intense, walk away from the candle. Just breathe for a moment. Maybe hold on to a crystal. Really good crystals for this particular full moon is clear quartz. Just a regular quartz is amazing to help you heal and clear and to calm down your energy a little bit as you do this working. So just hang on to that quartz and let the energy move. All right, so whenever you do a release, you want to do a bringing back in so you don't walk around like walking wounded with a big hole in your heart going, dang, I did this practice and now I feel like crap. No, I want you to feel spectacular. So while you're out getting a red candle, get an orange candle too. Remember, we're working with a Leo moon. It's fire energy. Fire connects in your body to the base of your spine, which is your first chakra, and to your second chakra, which is in your abdomen. These are energy centers in your body. So right at the base of your spine is first chakra. Second chakra is like around your belly button, between your pelvic bone and your belly button. So for this particular moon, it's all about passion. It's about fertility. It is about creation. It's about fresh beginnings. It's about putting it all out there and telling God, Goddess, whoever you work with, your ancestors, if you're a Christian witch, then Jesus, whoever you're working with, bring those energies to you. And you're going to do exactly what you did with your red candle. You're going to write down what it is you want to bring back into you. I want you to write on your candle from the wick, the very top of your candle where the wick is, all the way down to the base. All right? Because you're bringing it in to you. Bringing it in. So write it, be specific. You don't have to be able to read it. And then some manifestation oils that you can use. You can use olive oil. It's wonderful. It's an all-purpose oil. But you can also use, again, peppermint. You can use galangal, hi John, oil. You can use cinnamon. It's a fiery moon, so cinnamon, be careful with cinnamon. It can irritate your skin. I like anise better, anise star. It doesn't irritate your skin as much. You can use vanilla. It's beautiful. Any of these oils work, whatever calls to you. Basil is another one. Basil is a huge money attractor. So all of these oils will work for you. Pick what makes you smile. Frankincense works with the moon. Jasmine works with the moon. Sandalwood works with the moon also. So all of these choices you have to dress your candle. This is called dressing your candle. When you're done dressing your candle, thinking about all the things you want to bring in, maybe wishing for a non-squeaky voice for Ginger. Yeah. Um, then put your candle in the candle holder, a different candle holder. Put a plate under it because, again, it's a fire moon and you're using a fire candle. You're not going to burn these papers yet. All right, you want to put them underneath the plates. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that with your release, but you're going to put the paper under the plates and then light your orange candle and tell the universe what you want. Say it out loud. You can make a little chant if you want to. It's okay to do that because chanting just reinforces what it is that your intention is. It brings up energy up and out of you, and you're telling God, God is higher power, what it is you want to bring in to your life. And then let those candles burn. Just let them burn. If you want to put crystals around them, put a bunch of clear quartz around them. You can sprinkle some dried basil around your plate, around your orange candle. Sprinkle it all around the candle holder. That helps attract whatever you like. You can also go outside and sprinkle dried basil under your welcome mat. Throw some in your mailbox. That attracts money to you. And it's just a wonderful attraction herb. Then sit and meditate on what it is that you're releasing and what it is you're attracting back into you. When your candles have burned down considerably, you're going to burn your pieces of paper. I like to burn them and then put them in a pan. I have an old cooking pan I use for this very thing, my magical ashes pan. So I burn my release first and I put the ashes in the pan. You will love, love, love watching it burn. It's so empowering. And I let that cool down and I think of all the things releasing and then I burn the paper that has all my intentions of what I want to bring in. And you'll love that too. Burning it sends it out to the universe. It moves the energy very, very, very quick. Let that all cool down. And if you can go outside and release it. Absolutely release it outside. Send it off to Mother Earth, to the sun, to the moon. You can do all that the same night, or you can release it the next day, whatever works for you. Let your candles burn all the way down if they can, and if they do not, you don't want to keep them. You want to get rid of them. Now, if you're having to spread this particular working, this spell out, you can snuff your candles, go to bed, and the next day relight. But if they do not burn all the way out, all the way to the bottom, you do not want to save them. You want to get rid of it. And then be open to whatever is coming into your world, and it will come. It will. Because you're manifesting and manipulating and releasing energy. So, so powerful. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear how your ritual went. If you have any questions, you can find me at the Mystical Wear Shop on Facebook. I'm Mystic Mama. On Facebook, you can find me on Instagram at the Mystical Wearers Shop. I would love to hear how your experiences with this particular full moon went and what you experienced. And even if you just connect with me on down the road and say, hey, stuff released and came back in, yay! Let me know how it went for you. Let me know if you like this. I will be having videos showing you how to do all this. I also have classes coming up for sign up on February 10th on my website, The Mystical Wares Shop. Go to the School of Witchery page. I have my outlines up. I'm still filling in the classes and getting videos done. But the first few classes should be ready to sign up for, hopefully by the 10th. They start on the 15th, and I am so excited to bring them to you. Please know that this is partially traditional craft and eclectic craft. So those of you who are eclectic witches who don't really follow any particular path, you are more than welcome to come learn. Take what you need, leave the rest, just like in this podcast. Take what you need, leave the rest. Now, if you find that you don't want to do a full moon ritual, you can take your crystals outside and charge them up. I charge up all my magical tools. On full moon, I clean my altar and get her all sparkly and beautiful. I usually clean the heck out of my house. I smudge my house. I light sage or copal, frankincense, and walk around my house and cleanse it. Full moon is great for that. I take a sea salt bath and cleanse myself. And you can do all of these things. If that's all you have time to do, don't get in a big head trip about, I got to do this full moon ritual thing that Ginger says I should do. No, Ginger's just saying, here's a nice ritual for you to do. You can do anything you want on this full moon, whether it's cleansing, releasing, manifesting, and you can do it the way you like to do it if this particular ritual doesn't fit for you. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. I'm sorry my voice is a little squeaky today. I've been kind of getting over cold this week, so sorry I'm squeaky. I hopefully will get my voice back in tip-top shape for the next podcast. But thank you so much for listening, and I'm sending you so many magical blessings during this amazing energetic time. I'm wishing you a magical week. Check out the classes on themysticalwareshop.com, and thanks for listening.
Merry Part Witches. For more demonstrations, classes, and magical goodies, visit themysticalwareshop.com.